Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for joining me once again. You are always most welcome. Well, at last we have got the latest kit from ICM celebrating 80 years of the D-Day landings in Normandy. D-Day 1944 to 2024. It's the B-26 Marauder, which we saw recently, with USAF personnel and ground personnel, USAF pilots I should say, and ground personnel. Complete with, you know, it's got the headlines from the papers of the invasion news. Fantastic. It would have been better if it could have arrived in time for the beginning of June, but anyway, we know that ICM did have some sort of production and logistical difficulties getting the ICM Marauder out anyway. It was much later than expected, and unfortunately that's just pushed this back a little bit too, so it's a little bit of a shame we couldn't have had it in time for the anniversary, but hey, it's still a very interesting looking kit which I think we should get into as soon as possible. So without further ado, let's have a look at it. So kit number is 48322. Zoom in a bit more so you can have a look at this lovely artwork that we've got on the front. So it's got this, as I say, it's got this, it's got the sort of invasion newspapers at the bottom there, and you can see the crew here in England getting ready to set off on D-Day, start their bombing missions. And of course these Marauders attacked all sorts of things. They attacked the roads, the rail network, the shunting yards, the marshalling yards. They attacked Point du Hoc on the Normandy coast itself, which is where the big gun emplacement was, of course, of the German army. Unfortunately, when they got there, of course, the Rangers eventually went in there and found that all the big guns had been moved inland, unfortunately, and they had some false ones, and a lot of sacrifice went on for them to get up that hill. You know, I've seen this in the longest day, I'm sure, but it's I've been to that side, it's absolute legend. Anyway, I'm digressing. So, let's have a look what we have on the box. So, bit of a write-up on the side. It says, twin-engine medium bomber B-26 with figures of American pilots and ground personnel. The aircraft represented is a late modification from the Baltimore factory of the B-26B/55/MA. The geometry and proportions of the real aircraft have been observed, and the equipment of the cabin and fuselage has been detailed. Figures show in detail the clothing and equipment, life jackets, parachute bags, shoes, repair tools, etc. of the technicians and more. The set allows you to make a diorama scene from the times of World War II, the airfield of the US bomber group of the period 1944 to 1945. Looks very interesting, doesn't it? Now on the other side, and I should zoom in for this because this is worth seeing, we have got the side view there of the B-26. And I think it's this hairy bird, this one, I can't remember now. I think it's the same markings that were in the standard kit, but then we've got these lovely figures. So here you can see the pilots about to go off, you've got your technicians working on the aircraft, etc, etc. They look rather good, don't they? So this is going to be something rather special, I think. So let's have a look without further ado. Now, so as not to repeat myself, I probably won't go into too much detail on the aircraft because we have seen it before, and it might make this review a bit long if we do that. So bear with me as I release the box lid. Always a little bit of a challenge because these are so well packed. No criticism, just means it takes a moment or two longer than with other manufacturers, shall we say. I mean, Tamiya don't even put any tape on theirs, do they? In fact, quite a few of them don't actually, in fairness now. But you know, these guys are obviously in the most difficult situation anyway at the moment in Ukraine, and the better the packaging, the better it is for us, really. If only Revell and others, we talked about Revell recently, if only they would take a leaf out of ICM's book and produce brilliant packaging like this. Now then, we've got a great big bag of sprues here for the aircraft, and then we have a second bag, two bags basically, and then we've got the separate bag of sprues for the figures, and then we've got the instructions. Now, I think the instructions, unless I'm mistaken, yeah, we've just got the olive green, the same paint, recommended paint set, which is the 3047. Zoom in. I'm probably not going to go through this, you know, in the normal detail because we've done it already just a month or two ago. So I'll sort of sketch across this, and I think we'll have a real look at the just a quick look at it, but then a really close look at these figures, because that's what's differentiating this particular iteration of the kit. And there we are. Yes, there's the big hairy beast, is it called? Yeah, we've seen these decals before, of course. So the decals are the same, Coral Princess, etc, etc. What is it? Lady's Delight, that's the one with the dice on it. Lady's Delight. So that's the same as the standard kit. Then we get this extra, so this is the bit I think we're going to focus on. It's going to be a bit pointless to go through this again, because we have, it is identical. That is even the identical instruction book, so nothing is different from the one we've already reviewed. So it doesn't really make sense for us to plough through that again. What's important? I'll put you the link over at the side over here for you to see that original review. You want to see it in great detail. And it was a long one. But let's really concentrate our minds on these figures, because this is what is extra in this kit and makes it different. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 figures. We've got the ground engineer here, maintenance technician on the left. What looks like the captain on the right. And then I think we've got a gunner. Oh, we've got another maintenance technician actually. You can see he's got a bag of spanners. Big bag of spanners there. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Just bring some more light here. There we go, a bit more light. Yeah, and then we've got I think it's the co-pilot. We've got a gunner. I think he's the gunner, isn't he? And I think that's the co-pilot or navigator. Very nice. Now they do this thing where obviously they give you all the coloured guide. Not sure if there is an actual. Yes, there is a colour set for this, but it doesn't. It names them separately. It doesn't give you a colour set as a guide. Here we have the sprue map, so to speak, but we won't spend too much time staring at that. We'll just look at the actual sprue. That's the way to go, isn't it? Let me just rearrange my desk ever so slightly. Put the ICM board up. It's their day today. Sorry, I was in here to get a bit more. So obviously we've got these lovely big bags. Now I've got to say, I did move on my Marauder that I got before to raise a little bit of cash for charities in Ukraine. But this one I think I'm going to keep. I think I might build this because I do like the Marauder. I've never built one before, and it's a lovely kit. It's an absolutely smashing kit. And I've sort of been waiting for it to have it with this crew, and I thought I could make a really nice diorama. Go on my cabinet very, very nicely. You may recall that, I'll say it, you can see the, over there at the end, you'll see the link to the full review. But the glasswork in here is just, it's just sublime, beautiful, clear parts, absolutely gorgeous. But let's have a look at these interesting new American pilots and ground crew, because that's what we're really interested in here today. Let's see what we've got then. Well, they do look very, very fine. So obviously it's all 48 scale. Try and bring you in, get the old zoom working. Come on, zoom. There we go. Now then. That's the way. So, got the chap's head coming a bit closer, I think. Chap's head here. Camera's got this like a lock, a little square it puts over the faces. And it recognises a face very quickly, actually. Even at that range, it recognised a face. When I got to about here, it locked onto it straight away. It's programmed to recognise a human face. So look, have a look at his head here. Let the focus come in. Isn't that nice? Some really good detail. You've got their sort of satchel bags, which contains the parachute here. That's nicely done, isn't it? Those are really good. Look at the handles, the detail on the handles. Yeah, I like that. That is very cool. You've got his legs and you've got his arms. He's got a cigarette, one of these guys. Yeah, he's got a cigarette, in fact, in his hand. This hand here, whoops. This hand has a cigarette in it. Turn it the way for you so you can see it in the way. Oops, sorry. There you go. That's the underside. And then you've got his torso. Whoops, sorry, that one. hang on a second, I'm in the wrong place. I was getting back to front, I do apologise. So there's his torso, sorry. And then on the reverse, you see he's got the sort of, that's actually his sou'wester strap that goes down between the legs as a strap. Very nice indeed. And then on this side, this is one of the technicians, because you can see this is his bag of spanners. Even try and zoom in a bit. There we go. Complete bag of spanners, like a little tool bag. And he, of course, is sort of crouching. Sorry, again, I'm showing the wrong one. There we go, crouching. I'll get there in the end. And then we've got the gunner guy, complete with his sort of his little cap, fleecy cap here. His face. The other side. And obviously got his legs there. He's standing. And here's the torso over here, complete with the, again, the parachute straps he's got round him, as well as his Mae West life preserver, life jacket, and his arms complete with his parachute, which he's holding in his hand there. And it's got like a pair of gloves in the other hand here. That's a pair of gloves. I don't know if you can make that out. Isn't that nice? Very, very cool. So that's those. Then we come over to the, what it looks like the captain, the pilot. Complete his peak cap. And again, he's got one of these bags with carry handles on it, which I think are really nicely rendered indeed. Very nicely moulded. So beautifully observed. Fantastic. And then you've got his actual face over here. Get a bit closer. There we go. Obviously has the peak cap on top. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's our 5 guys, I guess. Oh no, I forgot the other one, the guy that's working with the screwdriver. So that's this chap. Sorry, I've missed one. This chap over here. See, he's got the screwdriver in his hand. And he's standing up. Looks like he's working on the, in the artwork, I think he's working on the engine intake area. There's his torso. Yeah, very nicely figured that is. And he's not got a hat, and you see his parting of his hair. Look at that, isn't that nicely done? Let's get it on the other side, there we go. But that's the reverse. Aren't they cool? Yeah, he's just got like just basic sort of overalls on, really, hasn't he? Wow, well they're really, really sharp. I like those bags, they've done that well. And even the, see if we get a bit closer, even these, the spanners in the bag, can we get that any closer? Is that maximum zoom? Yeah, the spanners in the bag there, that's really, really good. Yes. So there you go. So you can make a really nice diorama with that, I've got to say. Or if you wanted to, you could even use those figures for other models. You know, you've got like B-17, something like that. But it really does go with this, isn't it? It's so nicely conceived as a package, really. As I say, there's no point really in me getting out this set because it's just repeating what we've already seen. And I think I gave it 10 out of 10, didn't I? I was so impressed with this. That's how good the kit is. It's really a beauty. They've kind of really nailed it. And the only complaint there was from anybody, including me really, was that we wanted some pilots with it. So although we haven't got in-flight pilots, we've obviously got these beautiful, really, really nice figures got our lovely artwork, and you've got 3 different schemes to choose from. You know, what more could you want, really? Apart from a mask set, perhaps. Because again, there's quite a lot of glass on all of these, isn't there? But there you have it. That is a very nice set indeed. I say it's a little bit of a shame we couldn't have just out in time for the actual anniversary at the start of June, but I think we can forgive ICM for that, given some of the difficulties that they are suffering at the moment. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful package. And as I say, I'm not going to be letting this one go. I'm going to be hanging on to that one. I think that is the one I might build. I think it really is. I think I could really enjoy that, because I do like my figures. I'm not a huge figure builder, but as you've seen in the past, I do have quite a few actually. I must have about 30 odd figures, I think. 25, 30 figures at least. Or maybe more than that, maybe 40. Mostly in 35th scale. But there's quite a few in 48th as well. And I think that the American side is something that I've sort of neglected a bit. I think that would be very nice. So I'm going to give that, predictably perhaps, I'm going to give it 10 out of 10, because it's a 10 out of 10 kit already. And they've just made it better. It's almost 11 out of 10, because they've dialed it up to 11. So thanks very much for ICM for providing the kit for us to look at. Retail price on this, I think it's around about the £75 mark. A little bit variable, I think, at the moment. I think you're going to find it around between 70 and 80 pounds, I think. But there's a lot of kit in there, and there's an additional element to it now. So it's kind of a diorama, isn't it? So I wouldn't be feeling it's too expensive or anything like that. I think it's good value, to be honest. So there we go. Hope you found that interesting. I say I'll leave the link of the main review over there, so that you can have a good look at it and see in properly detailed breakdown where I take my time over it. And I think you'll enjoy that, and then with those figures to go with it as well, it's a complete package. Well done, ICM, thanks very much for that. Hope you'll give me a thumbs up, give me an 11 out of 10. Because it does help the channel, of course, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, I'm sure we have 1 or 2 other ICM interesting items to look at. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, thought it was interesting, and until next time, look after yourselves. Stay well, stay safe. Thanks for your time, and bye for now.